My everyday travel carry. I'm Chris. This is Yellow Productions. I do travel guides that are fun, informative, and entertaining. This is a live stream. If you're on the live stream, I'm looking forward to hanging out with you for about the next hour. If you're watching the archive, well, make sure to subscribe, click the bell to turn on notifications so you get notified of these live streams that I typically do on Monday nights. And by the way, every live stream, I always give away some Yellow Productions swag. Today, I'll be giving away a Yellow Productions crew t-shirt to someone who can answer one of my questions later about something I'll be talking about during the live stream. So many people on YouTube do these everyday carry series where they show you what they keep in their bag or what they keep in their pockets. And so today, what I'm going to share with you is when I go on travel, what I have in my pockets every day when I travel, what I carry in my shoulder bag when I travel. You see this in all my videos, and so I'm going to talk about this shoulder bag and what is in it. And then finally, I'm going to show you what I carry in my everyday travel carry-on backpack. So I've got this with me all the time. And by the way, I look forward to hearing what you guys think. If you like different things or different wallets or different electronics is what we'll be talking about. I've got a few links in the description below if you want like more details on the shoulder bag I'm going to show you, or the backpack, or the cameras. I've got a few links that you can see exactly what those are in the description, so you don't have to write down the letters and numbers or the models that I'm saying. Okay, so first, let's go ahead and get started with what I carry in my pockets. Those are the things that are closest to me. And first of all, whenever I travel, I'm always wearing something that has cargo pockets, but we'll get to the cargo pockets in a moment. Front left pocket, what's in here? This is my wallet. You know, Capital One commercial, what's in your wallet? Look at that. What's in my wallet? There's a Capital One card right there. This is totally not sponsored by Capital One, but people often ask me, Chris, what size wallet do you carry? Is it a big one? Is it a small one? This is the wallet that I carry when I go on international travel. It is a To-Me passport size wallet, and so it opens up and it can keep a passport right in this pocket right here. I definitely take a few credit cards, and I always have my insurance card as well. I think that's really important because you never know what's going to happen. Back here, I also carry a few handy Yellow Productions business cards because people always stop and ask me and say, what are you doing? And so in that case, I always hand them a card. If you've ever spotted me out in the wild, I always have these cards to hand out to spot me. And usually I fill this pocket up with currency from where I'm going, but I always carry at least $20 US in there because you never know when you'll need $20. But I generally like to use digital currency when I can. So that is what is in my left front pocket, along with a few facial tissues because you never know when you need to wipe something. So that is front left pocket. Front right pocket. What's in here? Two things in my front right pocket. First one we'll talk about is this. Looking at these, this is just some lip balm. I don't have a particular kind of lip balm that I love. This lip balm is the Sunday Riley lip balm. It came from a United amenity kit. I usually just take whatever lip balm I get for free and stick that in my pocket, but I don't know, because I've grown up in dry Southern California. I often find I need to put a lot of lip balm on my lips, particularly on airplanes. And then the other thing in my right pocket is this. What's this? This is a coin purse. So traveling internationally, you often end up using a lot of actual money. And so I hate coins jingling around in my pocket. So I've got this little coin purse right here. Opens up, folds, keeps my coins together. When I need them, I can open it up and easily go through my coins. This particular one is made in Japan. I don't like coin purses that zipper open or snap with the little turny things. I like them like this because it's really quick and easy to get coins in and out. And then the third pocket, what's in these pockets? Left pocket, I'll put my boarding pass for easy access, which I'm not traveling right now. And then right pocket, this is where I carry my cell phone. I am an Android user, so I have a OnePlus 7 Android phone. That's what I carry with me. I like Android because I'm sort of in the whole Google ecosystem. Let's see. Vic says for his lip balm, he only uses Burt's Bees lip balm. Jenny says that this Sunday Riley is really quite fancy. So yes, thank you for those tips. Then Keith was saying something for a wallet that I think I've missed because that was back on the other page. And Brandon wants to know how the Panda Film crew is holding up. That's right. And as you see, the t-shirts that I'm giving out, these are new t-shirts for this year. They are the Yellow Productions Panda Crew. That's the name for all the pandas that we're sending back here. And I think they're holding up quite well. Thank you very much for asking, Brandon. All right, so that's what I got in my pockets. Now let's go on to the shoulder bag. All right, and so looking at the shoulder bag that I carry with me right here, this is the Pack Safe LS 250 shoulder bag. And you'll always see me carrying this in my videos. I got it like this. Usually when I record, it's behind me. So what you're seeing when I'm recording is this like strap right here that I'll have my microphone on, and then this bag is right here. It can kind of go like this. I can put it in front if I want to. What's nice about this bag, some of the things I like about it, I like that it's got two of these pockets on either side. One always has some kind of water bottle or beverage in it. It's just the perfect size for a beverage, just like that. And then the other pocket, I like to carry an umbrella if it's raining. And in case you're wondering, yes, I do have a yellow umbrella. That way nobody else mistakes their umbrella for mine. And by the way, people always ask what I'm drinking. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna do like a makeshift table. My table and desk that I have the computer that I see the live streams is too low to do this, so I'm using my suitcase or luggage for this table. So what am I drinking today? This is some unsweetened bold green tea from Japan. We were just in Japan about a month ago in Fukushima Prefecture, and this tea is super popular there. In Japan, they label this one and say strong green tea, and then they actually tell you that like it can help you lose weight or burn fat, or this one burns more fat, which I think is pretty funny. All right, so in this shoulder bag, oh, the other thing that's like kind of fancy about this shoulder bag is this strap right here. This strap is a cut-proof strap, so people can't take a knife through it, and the bag is cut-proof too, so people can't cut through it as well. So pretty good. It's pickpocket-proof, and the strap you can actually unhook from the bag, so you can hook it around the chair leg to make sure that it's really hard for people to steal. All right, so let's go ahead and see what is in the bag. I'll open up the main pocket right here. And Vic says I could probably carry a gimbal in it too. There are times where I have carried a gimbal in it. What I'm showing you as stuff in the bag is my general travel carry, though obviously there's certain times when I carry different things. So first thing in the bag here is this little bag. What's in this bag? This is Topher's bag. When Topher's traveling with me, he needs to stay clean, and so I always carry him in a bag within the bag. So that's the first thing that's in the bag as someone that has a Panda traveling crew. So Topher, you're gonna go hang out back here. And then what's next? What's the second most important thing for a YouTuber, Yellow Productions? It's in the next bag. In this next bag right here, this is my video camera. This is my camcorder. So I always travel with this camcorder. This is a Sony 4K camcorder. And people always say, Chris, why do you carry a camcorder? Camcorders are so old school. Well, I love that it just opens up really quickly. You can easily have a quick selfie view, and basically this camera is like a gimbal inside of itself. It has this stabilized lens in it, so that's what keeps that stable picture. And this microphone, this is a Bluetooth microphone that is right on top of the camera. So I've only got one thing to power the receiver, takes power from the camcorder, and then the microphone only has one AAA battery, so I can replace these really easily. It doesn't require anything to charge. And then I can see this blue light that's on top of the receiver tells me whether this microphone is on or off, and you can see when I turn the microphone off, it starts to blink, which tells me it gets no audio. So that is the camera that I always carry in my bag, right underneath Topher. All right, So now, what is underneath the camera? Well, underneath the camera is the Joby Gorillapod. So this is something, if I'm by myself and I need to record myself, then I will mount the camera on top of this, and then I can use this essentially as a selfie thing to mount my camera. I like this because you can put it in every different thing. You can use it as a tripod, or you can use it as a selfie perspective, and it has this articulating ball head so that it can move around in every which direction, and this little thing right here so that you can see whether it's actually flat or not, because nobody wants to be looking at video that is like sideways the whole time. And by the way, again, those camera and the Gorillapod, there's links in the description if you want to take a look at that later. Okay, so those aren't the only cameras that I carry. I'll also carry some other special purpose cameras. I often carry the DJI Osmo mobile camera. This is a camera that has a gimbal built into the camera, and as you can see here, it can show you on that little screen, and then this little thing right here is the camera, and this little thing is stabilized. This is really good for doing like walking scenes or moving scenes or getting some of that B-roll. This is also really good if I'm shooting someplace that I don't want to be that conspicuous. Take out the big camera and then people be like, hey, do you have permission to film here? And I'll be like, I'm just, you know, shooting some YouTube video. Well, you need to have permission to film here. So the other thing that I have that can be even smaller, I keep in a sunglass case. You'll notice almost everything that I keep in the bag, I keep in some sort of thing to make sure it doesn't get scratched, because lenses that get scratched really become a drag. I carry the Gopro Hero 8. This is really great to do for things like it's wet outside, it's raining outside, you're going in a swimming pool, you're going to the beach, and don't want to worry about your electronics getting wet or broken. Alright, so what's else in there? There's a few more things in this main cavity. There's one random AAA battery. I mentioned that that microphone that I use uses AAA batteries. And then I've got this thing right here. This is a lens pen. This is something that has a brush on it that I can brush the lens off the camera. And then it's also got this little thing to use to clean the camera right here. I really like this to clean the lens. I found this the easiest thing to clean camera lenses on the go. And then that brush just goes right back in there. And so that's what is in the main thing. Okay, so now going forward in this bag, there's a forward cavity here. What have I got in the forward cavity? I'll usually have some printout, like if I have a script or something, I'll have that here. Or if I have any paper tickets, that goes in this pocket. I also always carry a very large power supply. This is a USB Antec Power Core 10,000 with a very long USB cable so that I can keep this in the bag and I can keep this charging my phone or charging my gimbal or whatever device that I have. One of the things that I also think is pretty important to travel with and people often overlook is a pen. You never know when you need a pen. So I've always got a pen in that pocket, and that's what that big pocket cavity looks like right there. If I buy other random things, then they'll end up in this front pocket too. The last thing that is in the shoulder bag is back here. There's this pocket, and this pocket is usually where I carry more tissues, napkins, things like that, because you're out and about eating fast food, whatever. Sometimes not have napkins, and it's really handy to have some napkins with you. All right, so that is what is in the shoulder bag. I'm going to go over the backpack next, but first I want to address some of your comments and questions as we go through it. Champ says, please go through your wallet too. Well, as I said, you know, the wallet right here is my travel wallet. It doesn't have a lot of things in it. It'll have credit cards and money and my insurance card, and a passport, and my hotel room key. So I don't carry actually that much stuff in my actual wallet. A driver's license, right, would go there. And yes, I took that out because, you know, I don't need any identity thieves today. Bryce says, GoPros are great. I would recommend one. Wu Taiwan loves the GoPro. Alex says, a few minutes late, but here I am as a photographer. I love seeing your gear. Excellent, Alex. Wu Tai says he loves the form factor in the camera. And Kathy says, oh, the time changed, that we must have come on or off daylight savings time. Sorry, I should have mentioned that in the announcement. But yes, indeed, we did just come off or on to daylight savings time. I don't know, but we just moved 1 hour. Bullseye wants to know if I use a fanny pack. I do not use a fanny pack. I just use this shoulder bag. I don't know. Fanny packs are like the 1980s called, and they want their fanny pack back. That's what I think about fanny packs. Bryce wants to know if our daughter went to Japan with us. She did not. Grandma got some quality time with her. Late Chat wants to know if I have a porter who follows me everywhere. I do not have any porters that follow us everywhere. Philip wants to know what I think of tile on my bags. I have not gotten the tile on my bags. I figure, you know, my bag has gotten thieved once, and I figure thieves are gonna get rid of it pretty quickly. So, and other than that, I don't usually lose my stuff. I think it might be interesting to see if it's like loaded on the suit, on like on the airplane or not. Bryce wants to know where we'll go to next. We don't have anything booked right now, so it's not to say we're staying home because of the outbreak, but as many of you know, we recently had a little daughter join our family, as Bryce knows, and she is just about 3 months old now, so we're just going to do some local trips. Marcus wants to know if you're a dual citizen and need to carry 2 passports. This passport wallet will actually fit 2 passports in it, no problem. So if you're a dual citizen, just like stick a second passport in there. That's what you should do. Let's see. Gene says, how do you organize foreign currency, or do you use it up before you leave the country? I generally keep some foreign currency. It depends where I'm going, but like Europe, Japan, Korea, like a lot of these countries are places that I'm going to end up going back, so I don't generally ditch my foreign currency. At home here, I have plastic Ziploc bags, and when I come home from a country, I toss the foreign currency in a plastic Ziploc bag that I include the bills and the coins, and I just have that all stacked together in one thing, and so when I'm going back to that country, then I just open up that plastic bag. Jeff B wants to know if I ever travel with just a carry-on bag. I absolutely do travel with just a carry-on bag. Well, it'll be 2 things. It'll be this backpack, which I'm going to go through in just a second. And then number 2, it will be this suitcase right here. This is a Rimowa carry-on suitcase. So this is generally what I take as a carry-on. Oh, by the way, many of you probably saw the picture that I posted the other day with my sriracha sauce for my pandemic shopping, 8 pounds of sriracha sauce. Something else that I thought was cool at Tokyo Central, this Japanese supermarket, is this. This is Lucky Dog Sake, and it's a little sake with a straw on it that you can like put in there, so you can have your sake like on the go, no problem with your sippy straw. I've never seen sake in a little sippy box before. And in case you're wondering, this is indeed a product of Japan. So I think I should open this little sippy thing of sake up and give it a try here. We need to extend the straw and go ahead and poke the little straw into there. What? And then let's see. That's definitely sake. It's not super smooth, but strong. All right, we'll put that sake on the side for now. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what is in my backpack. I've done my wallet. I've done my shoulder bag. Let me bring my table right back here. Oh, and if I ever need a bigger carry-on, bigger than the Rimowa, in that case, I carry this. This is a Travel Pro 22-inch carry-on. This is like as big as you can get for a carry-on right here. This carries more than the little Rimowa, if we take a look at these things. But I like the Rimowa better because it has 4 wheels, and so 4 wheels is easier to go down the aisle, but the Travel Pro ultimately fits a little more because it's a little taller and a little wider, but it won't go on every plane. And when I am checking in luggage, and I'm not going to go through all the stuff that I put in my check-in luggage, because then this video would take 2 hours. This is my check-in suitcase. This is a Rimowa, probably 26-inch Salsa Deluxe check-in suitcase. 4 wheels. I love the wheels. I love the hard case. Can't beat these Rimowa suitcases. And if you want to buy a Rimowa suitcase for cheap, go to Germany and buy it in Germany. It is way cheaper. All right, so this right here, this is the backpack that I travel with. This is the Jansport Odyssey 38 backpack. It's got a lot of pockets, and I got a lot of stuff in here, and so we're gonna go through this pocket by pocket so you can see the stuff that I carry. And first, I'm gonna start with this, let's see, where should we go? Let's start with this little pocket right in the back. There's this little tiny pocket in the back. This pocket is probably meant to like put a hydration bag in so you can put water, but it's got like just like a little, it's got just like a little thing in there that you can like keep a few little items. And so the few little items I have in here, I have some of this Mevo Lip Balm. I like to carry this lip balm because it's bright and orange and it's big, and this is the one that I take out of my bag and I put on my nightstand because it's orange, and so it's really easy to find this big orange lip balm. The other thing I have in this little pocket is I have an eye mask. When I'm traveling on a plane, people often ask, Chris, how do you sleep on the plane? How do you beat jet lag? I always carry this eye mask, and I find trying to sleep on a plane is a lot easier if you can block out the light. So I keep that in that top one as an easy to carry thing. And then the last thing I have in there is actually some Neosporin, which is like an antibacterial ointment. I find this really useful because you go on travel, you get a cut, something like that. It's really useful to have some antiseptic, and so I carry that right there. So that's what's in that little pocket right here on top. The next pocket is this one. This is the biggest pocket in the backpack. And again, I might carry different things in here, but this is for like a typical trip. So there are 2 things that I have in this pocket. The first one, this is like a padded, there's like a padded laptop pocket in here. So this is the place to store the laptop. So I carry a MacBook Air on travel. This is the old MacBook Air. It's like the previous generation from like 2016 or 2017. I like the MacBook Air and this particular one because I like how thin it is, and I like that it has 2 USB ports on either side, one on either side, and I like that it has the MagSafe connector, and I like that the battery life is about 12 hours. So this is, I find Mac laptops are so much better to travel with than PC laptops because they work well. The next thing that's in that big pocket is an iPad Pro, and of course the iPad Pro has a big yellow cover on it. Of course it's yellow, and I take this with me to put all my movies on or YouTube videos that I download to keep myself entertained on the plane. All right, and if I've got like a jacket or a fleece or something, then I will put that in there. Lois, who's watching on Facebook, she says that she cannot sleep on a plane without an eye mask. All right, that makes 2 of us. And L3 Oogie says, I wish more bags had a legit water bottle holder. Yeah, so this one can store like a water thing inside of it, and this one also has 2 water bottle holders on each side, which that's another reason that I really like this, because traveling around, particularly in airports, you always want to have a bottle of water, and so I might have one that I'm drinking that might be half empty. And so, you know, the half empty one might go in there, and then I've got room to buy a full one and put it over here, or OC Girl and I, we can get 2 bottles and we can put it in there. So for me, having water bottle holders on the backpack is a definite must, one on each side. All right, so we've been through the little pocket, we've been through the big pocket. Let's go into the next pocket. This thing has a lot of pockets. That's why I love this backpack. I can store a lot of stuff on it. Vic says, I not only bring an eye mask, but I also wear an ear muff. Interesting. Well, you'll see what I have right here for that. So in this pocket, I carry my Bose noise-canceling headphones. These probably act as my earmuffs. These are the QC25, I think is the number on these. These fold up. These open up like this. They go like that. You turn this on, and then you basically can't hear anything. So these are pretty nice. And these also, they've got the cord that detaches. So if you're just using it for noise canceling, then that's no problem. And this is the model that doesn't have the rechargeable battery. This is the one that just has a AAA battery like there. I like that better than the ones that have rechargeable batteries, because I've just got too many things to charge before I go on a plane, and I never remember to charge everything. I've also got the little small Bose noise canceling ones that fit in my ears. I don't like those as much as these because I find they make my ears hurt after long trips. And so if I've got like a long flight to Singapore or Australia, I can be wearing these the whole flight and it helps block out tons of noise. Okay, the next thing in that pocket is this bag. This bag. We're going to take a little bit to go through this bag. When I go through the x-ray machine, I always take this bag out of my bag. I didn't used to, and when I would keep it in there, I would often regularly get stopped as I was going through security checkpoints because people would say, your bag looks like a Best Buy shelf. And I could totally see why they would say my bag looks like a Best Buy shelf, because this is where I keep all of my cables. So if we open this up, this is, and I got bags inside of bags, but you can see there's lots of cables in here, so easy to look like a bomb. The first one that I always take out of this red bag is this blue bag. And this blue bag is all of my USB charging cables. So this is a Anker 4-port charger. Bought this off Amazon. It has a little thing that folds out to plug in, and I can charge 4 cables all at the same time. And these are the 4 cables right there. I roll them up, I put them in here like this, and so that way when I get to a hotel room, I have all these things in this little bag, and that way these things don't get tangled with all of my other cables, so I can charge all of my USB devices in this bag. Where did this blue bag come from? A&A, business class amenity kit back in the day. All right, of course I've got the charger for my MacBook laptop, which should be rolled a little bit better. I have got an SD card reader, because I've got to offload all of the media from my camera. This is a Transcend SD card reader. I've got battery chargers to charge my video camera batteries. I've got another small Anker battery pack in case that big one is dead for some reason. Then I've got a small one that I can use. It'll work for 1 phone charge. I have a Samsung 1 terabyte portable SSD drive. This is really nice to offload the things from my camera onto this. I back up my video into 2 places. I back it up onto my laptop and I back it up onto this hard drive, and because it's a solid state drive, it doesn't spin and it makes it a lot smaller, and so that is a lot better. I carry this. What the heck is this? This is a thing in case I want to connect my laptop into a VGA monitor or HDMI thing. Say I'm in a hotel and I want to watch a movie on the TV screen and they have an HDMI, then I can use this to do that. Now here's a couple of interesting things that I have. If you watch my hotel room hacks video, I talk about these. These are flexible USB LED lights. I use these as night lights, and so I've got a couple other USB adapters, and so I will, like, In the bathroom of a hotel room, I will plug this USB adapter in there. I will plug this flexible LED light in there, and it's kind of dim, and so this way I've got like a night light in the bathroom and maybe a second night light to light up the bed as I walk to the bathroom. I carry a whole bunch of spare batteries for my video camera. I actually don't have all of them here for the sake of this video. You don't want to see me take out 8 of them, but I'll keep them in a separate bag. It's always important to carry a power strip. I carry this little 3-port monster outlets to go power strip because hotels never have enough power outlets. And I like that this one just like plugs into itself, and so it keeps the cord out of the way. What else? There's another cable for something. You know, this is really important, especially traveling internationally. You might end up someplace where they don't accept like grounded connectors, and so this is something that turns like a grounded plug into a non-grounded plug. I'll carry some international travel adapters if I'm traveling internationally. There's just that one that floats around in there most of the time. Another USB adapter for that second light, and then this is like a little tripod head to mount a light on it. So that's what's in the inside of this main bag. You see we've got to the end of it. There's 2 outside pockets. The first outside pocket, I keep my iPad charging cable just so that that stays separate from the rest. And then in the other pocket on the other side of this red bag over here, I carry some non-Bose headphones. These are little, just little earbud headphones. I use these if I need to listen to what's going on in my camera. And then I also carry headphone splitters, so if OC Girl and I want to watch a movie on the plane and we both want to listen to it, then we can use this because it splits one 3.5-inch thing to 2. And then the final thing that's in here is a little USB-C to regular USB connector in case I don't have a cable that fits it. Oh, and one last thing, just a little wipey thing in case I need to wipe a screen or wipe a glass or wipe a lens that lens pen earlier showed you. All right, so that's the ever important red bag. I could not travel anywhere without this red bag and all of these cables that are my Best Buy shelf. I will fill that back up later. All right, so Wu Tai 1 says, nice tech. Thank you, Wu Tai. Brandon says he loves the map of Western Europe behind me. Thank you. I got that kind of like at a swap meet near me. Emmett said this is like watching a magician, the bottomless bag trip. The chat says, I would love to be organized with you. I guess when you travel a lot, then you kind of have to. Brandon says, so many cables. Jenny says, I carry all of my cables. David wants to know if I pack extra toilet paper. I do not carry extra toilet paper. And Kathy said she just bought some extra noise-canceling headphones for the plane when they go to Hawaii. Good idea. All right. Okay, so let's go to the next pocket. You'll notice the next pocket on these zippers, I've put 2 little American flags. It's so that I can identify what this pocket is. This pocket, different than the other ones, this is where I will carry like important documents or things like that. I've said this before, I will always print out maps of where I'm going, maps of hotels, maps of airlines. So I'll carry that. I'll carry my tickets in this pocket. This pocket also has these other pockets that have things. I carry some extra Yellow Productions business cards here. I carry extra batteries. I will typically carry 8 AAA batteries. I carry 3 Band-Aids. I carry more of my like frequent flyer loyalty cards in this little thing. So like my Priority Pass card, places I go regularly, New York City, LA, Washington, D.C. I carry my subway cards in here because you never know on those things. And I'll carry a few dollar bills because in the U.S., you always have to tip people and you need dollars. I will carry an extra or multiple extra SD cards in here. And some people asked about cell phone service abroad. I also carry a little thing to take the SIM card out of my phone in case I need to go someplace and I need to get another SIM card. All right, but I'm going to put that back in there. Otherwise, I'll lose it. And somebody asked about foreign currency. I mentioned I take little plastic bags. We just came back from Japan, and so this was my Ziploc bag of Japan currency. The coins ready to go back in their case to keep. Next trip is not to Japan, so I don't need those. All right, next pocket. We're down to 2 more pockets. This pocket is my, snack pocket and medicine pocket. So, you know, being on airplanes, you never know when you're going to be hungry and you're not going to be able to get any food. So I always carry some Kind bars. These are like fancy granola bars. I like to carry a few different flavors. This is dark chocolate cherry cashew. This is dark chocolate cinnamon pecan and caramel almond sea salt. So I got 3 of those in there. I've also got some Antacid Pills because being on planes, sometimes I kind of get a nasty stomach. I've also got some acid pills that aren't chewable, and I often carry Airborne. This is like a vitamin C effervescent tablet. Starting to feel low, going on an airplane, I like to keep the bugs away. If I need to carry cough drops or things like that, then I'll carry it in here too. This is also where I'll put like chips or any other snacks in that pocket. And then the final pocket on this is this other pocket right here. This is a small pocket on top. Right now this has nothing in it, but if I have like extra money or extra things, or I need to stuff stuff in there because I'm going through security, that is what goes in that pocket. And that is all the pockets of my Odyssey 38 backpack. Oh, what I forgot to show too was it's always important to carry a pen, and so I have about 3 pens in this backpack as well, because being on airplanes, going internationally, always have to fill out the customs cards, and it's good to have a pen. Emmett Brown says, that bag's gotta weigh a ton, literally carrying your gym too. Yeah, there you go. It's good exercise. I mean, it's heavy, but those are like all things that I need. G. Corcal says you can never go wrong with Kind bars. It's good. There's another Kind bar fan. Judy says the Kind makes a nice backpack with lots of pockets. Jeff really wants to know what the weight of it is. I've never weighed it. I mean, it's not super light. Let's see. And Kathy says she really needs a better backpack with lots of pockets. I've been through a lot of backpacks, and this is the one that I've found just certainly works the best for me. Oh, I want some drink. Oh, you know, it's funny. Maybe this person's on the live stream today or not, but somebody said they can't stand how I make that sigh sound when I drink. So sorry if that bothers you, but it's nice and refreshing, so it's good. Lechette says, I carry my money and passport on my banana bag between my stomach and trousers. There's probably a way to keep it away from thieves. Let's see. Mary says, I just got back from Vegas. Your videos were helpful. And Joe says, can you talk about 3G or 4G in Europe? I don't know. What's your question other than just me generically talking about it? And Justa says, oh my gosh, I love those little lights, lamps. Yeah, those little lights and lamps have been lifesavers when I travel, so I don't end up kicking my toe or tripping over things in the hotel. And Brandon says he'll definitely need a strong backpack for travel. Yeah, I like the backpack for travel as opposed to other things because it's just, I can put it on my back, I can walk through the airport, I don't have to worry about where I leave it. But I guess Brandon could say, in addition to needing a strong backpack, maybe you need a strong back to carry all of that too. I don't know. It's a pretty strong back. Jenny Fed was just saying, she was like, I was just thinking that I like your little noises. Thank you, Jenny. Could you hear the sipping of the sake? Next, I'm going to do maybe some ASMR videos about drinking and this and that. Let's see. Brian wants to know if I have any Vegas videos on the docket ready to drop. I have a Vegas video that I have edited and not released yet. It is about the best cheap eats in Vegas. I have not I've not activated it yet. I'm trying to get through my Fukushima videos first, and then we're gonna get to the Vegas videos. By the way, if you've got questions and I didn't answer them yet, or you answered them earlier and I didn't see them, go ahead and send them in now, because this is the Q&A portion of the video. On Facebook, that I can't show up on the screen because it's on a different spot, Keith says, great tips for the backpack. We are traveling to the U.S. 1st of April. I like your medicine and hotels, airports maps. Your Vegas information has been so helpful. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate it. Philip says, it was nice to join a live cast. Do I have global entry? Is it worth it? We're going to Edinburgh, our first overseas trip. If you travel regularly, global entry is definitely worth it. If you're a casual traveler and you only travel once a year or something like that, then you have to ask yourself, how much is it worth to skip the line in customs? How long are the lines in customs in the airports that you go to? For me, going into LAX all the time, the customs lines can be ridiculous, and so I think global entry is worth every penny, although I didn't actually pay for it because I have a Amex Platinum or Chase Sapphire, these credit cards that come with global entry rebates. So that would be my recommendation to you, would be to get one of these premium travel cards that rebates the global entry price. Brandon says he has an Adidas backpack with many compartments. Very cool, Brandon. Jenny says she loves the sake sip and I should totally do an ASMR video. All right, I will think about how that is. Illmatic wants to know which Vegas Rewards casino program has the best perks. I mean, like, I would look at this to say, just what chain of hotels do you like better? There's two big ones, in my opinion. There's MGM M Life, and then there's Caesars Total Rewards. Do you like the Caesars properties better, or do you like the MGM properties better? And then go with that. That would solve my perspective. Bullseye says, what do you think the best way to get around Paris is? To take the subway and walk are the best ways to get around Paris. Late Chat says, do most of your people who are watching are travelers or your travel for some of them? I think some people here and people on the live stream can answer, but I think there's a lot of people who definitely are travelers. There's other people who don't travel all that much, and they like to watch the Yellow Productions videos to take them around the world, and I like to do that too. Helen on Facebook says her next holiday will be in Tokyo, and she's loving all the videos on Japan. Thank you, Helen, and I do have plenty of Tokyo videos coming up as well. Nate and Jess says, what do you think is the most family-friendly hotel in Vegas for a couple with an infant toddler? Family-friendly Vegas hotel. That's interesting. I mean, one of my favorite hotels is the Venetian. I think the Venetian is fairly family-friendly. The Mandalay Bay, I think, is also fairly family-friendly. Though I think if you really want the most family-friendly hotels, I think they would be ones that, like, don't have casinos, so, like, aren't even on the Las Vegas Strip. You know, the Marriotts, the Residence Inns, the Spring Hill Suites. When I go stay at those places, there are tons of people with kids. Kathy says she's going on a cruise around Hawaii soon. She's concerned about cruise ships. Yeah, Kathy, I would be concerned about cruise ships too. Kind of scary, all of the people that are getting quarantined on the cruise ships. Tokyo Spin says, hey from Tokyo, Chris, keep up the great work. Hey, Tokyo Spin, thanks for tuning in. That's awesome. Electric Rick, who is my dad, for people who don't know, says adding wheels to the backpack would make it easier to carry. You know, the thing about adding the wheels to the backpack is that then I'd have to have two things, right? Because I've often got this suitcase that I've got one hand on that I'm wheeling in the back, and then I got the backpack on another, and I need this hand to, like, open doors, and so if I had, like, two things with wheels, that would be tough. You know, I think, like, the suitcase that you can put a battery in and, like, ride around the airport, I think that is pretty fun. Danielle says she didn't know that sake can come in a juiced size box. Yeah, this is really cute, isn't it? That's why we just had to buy it. We also had to buy it because it was $6 and it was on sale for $2.49. Jeff B says, what's your favorite Vegas buffet? My favorite Vegas buffets, multiple. I like the Wicked Spoon at the Cosmopolitan. I like the buffet at the Bellagio. I like the buffet at the Wynn. And if you want something that's more on the cheaper scale, I like the buffet at the Aria because I don't need complicated foods. Though I've recommended that to some people, and they'll say like, Chris, it didn't have all the high-end foods the Bellagio, the Cosmopolitan does. If you like just like decent regular food done well, the Aria does that well, and it's cheaper. So those are my top 4. KJ says, don't stay at the Circus regarding of how family-friendly it's recommended. Yeah, if you've not seen my 5 worst cheap hotels on the Las Vegas Strip, I talk all about that hotel in there. Jenny says, we took our son to the Excalibur because they have a great pool and water slide. I know some people don't prefer it, but our room was nice. The gym and pool were great. All right, thank you for the tip on a kid-friendly hotel in Vegas, Jenny. Melissa says, I work at a travel agency. It's been a nightmare, especially for cruises. Just today, 4 travel agents got fired due to low sales. That's sad, Melissa. Yeah, and I think like the whole travel thing is hitting the industry hard. And I'll even say, like watching views on this channel, they are in half of what they usually are. So like a typical 48-hour period, I might get 80,000 views across the channel. In the last week, I've only been getting 40,000. And so that's just a result of there are, you know, half as many people searching for travel videos because there's half as many people, I think, still interested in traveling. Tokyo Spin says, I should do a series on Okinawa. I would like to go to Okinawa. I have not been there yet. Illmatic asks if I ever plan on doing a Germany travel video. Love all your Japan videos. I have a few, Illmatic. I have a Munich travel video, and I have a Stuttgart travel video, and I have a travel video on the new Schwanstein Castle. So if you search for Yellow Productions Germany or Yellow Productions Munich or Yellow Productions Stuttgart, you will totally find those. I did those a while ago. I got like 1 or 2 on Vienna as well. MP says, new to your channel, love your videos. Welcome, MP. Thanks for joining in. Get Smart says, I'm going to Vegas. What's the best restaurant to visit off the Strip at any price point? You know, I don't eat like off the Strip all that often because I'm often just like stuck on the Strip. There's a really good Thai restaurant, which I can't remember the name of it. I'm sure if you Yelp Thai restaurants and look at things that are within 1 or 2 miles of the Strip, I felt like that was the best thing that I had. But like as I'm doing this live stream, I can't quite remember the name of it. Judy says she's going to Vegas in a couple weeks, and they always stay at South Point off the Strip. I've never stayed there, but that's a good tip. Emmett wants to know if I've ever been to Alaska. I have never been to Alaska. That would be fun. Philip asks if any Scotland. No, we've not been to Scotland yet. We were gonna go there this year, but we went to London instead. Mark, and this is what I love about doing these live streams, this is what I love about hanging out with all of you who know so much about things. The best Thai restaurant in Las Vegas is Lotus of Siam. So that's my recommendation to you for best restaurant off the Strip. On Facebook, Lois says, is there any chance of doing a traveling in times of COVID-19? I know it's constantly changing, just generic advice. I will add that to the list of things to consider. I probably have to write it first. Keith Jill says, can you give advice on my daughter who's 13 dining in restaurants in Vegas? Can adults consume alcohol? Yes, adults can consume alcohol dining with the 13-year-old. Helen says, I'm short and usually travel on my own. Do you have any tips? Helen, I have a whole video about solo travel tips. If you want to search Yellow Productions Solo Travel, I did a whole hour live stream all about solo travel. Tyler is going on a solo LA trip at the end of October. What's a good central place to stay? I was thinking Culver City, but I'm not sure if you find a good hotel in Culver City. I like to stay in downtown LA because I find downtown LA to be really well connected to the rest of the city. There's a lot of good subway access from there. In particular, I like to stay around the LA Live complex. If you search for like the JW Marriott LA Live and stay within a couple blocks of there, you'll be pretty well connected on the subway. Just, you know, downtown LA. Don't walk around too late at night, but that's my recommendation if you do not have a car. Danielle wants to know, I've done videos on Spain. Yes, we have some videos on Madrid, Granada, Sevilla. And we shot videos on Barcelona, though I never edited them. That's the problem. I shoot way more videos than I shoot way more videos than I can edit. Arthur answers the family Las Vegas question. He says he stayed at the Homewood Suites off the Strip, excellent for families. Yeah, and I have a review of the Homewood Suites City Center Hotel. I think it's family friendly, but you need a car if you're going there. Tanya wants to know if I've ever stayed at the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. I have never stayed at the Trump Hotel, though I've had a lot of good reports on it on my best luxury hotels video. MP says he or she just saw my Boston video. Have you been to any other New England states such as Vermont, New Hampshire, or Maine in the fall? Rhode Island. I've been to Rhode Island in the fall, but that's it. Danielle says, how long does it take for you to write a script for your videos? It depends on the video. Like a live stream. This particular one was an unscripted live stream because I was just showing you stuff in here. The live streams that I do that are more scripted might take 2 to 3 hours to write the script and get all the pictures that I put in there, things like that. Videos that are more like travel videos, like the video that'll be coming out in a couple weeks about 11 things to know before you go to Fukushima. It takes a long time. That maybe takes me like 10 hours to write the script for it because I got to find out about all the things about, well, you know, how do you get there? How do you do this? How do you do that? And I write the script, but I don't record it until I get there because I don't want to be making something that I'm simply parroting stuff that I read online. I actually want to report things as in person, but the script is much more like bullet points about like cover this, cover that, prices, so that when I'm actually saying it, then I can say it in person. And actually, half of that script likely when I'm on travel ends up getting written while I'm on travel because they're things I just couldn't find out or things I didn't know. Let's see. Philippe says, I don't know, man, with the coronavirus, it doesn't feel like traveling and thinking about traveling. I mean, you know, if you don't feel like traveling, don't travel. If you feel like traveling, do it. It's for everybody, it's like kind of a risk sort of thing, and only you can be the one to judge that for you. Jen says, just got back from San Diego. Love your tips. Thank you. And Lois says she's recently been studying travel insurance. So much to learn. I think that's a video I've had requested a few times, so I will think about doing one of those. Luis says, I heard Tacos El Gordo change their name to Tacos El Pastor. Do you know if there's any truth to that? That is completely incorrect. Tacos El Gordo moved 2 blocks down the strip further towards downtown Las Vegas. In its old location, there's a new taco place called Tacos El Pastor that is not Tacos El Gordo. So keep on walking and you'll find Tacos El Gordo. KJ says he was crying out laughing thinking of me scripting out all those chords. Yeah, that would be funny. So no, I definitely didn't do that. Let's see. Jenny Fed says, you really do put in so much work for your viewers, Chris. Thanks for your effort. Well, my pleasure, Jenny. You know, my goal, as I say, I'd like to do travel videos that are fun, informative, and entertaining. And so it does take some time to make informative videos. But, you know, I hope, like, when you take your time watching, I want to make sure you get some good information and some useful content out of it. Because otherwise, why Why would you watch? And you know, there's other people who make much more beautiful videos of like drone shots and all those sorts of things, and so I know that's not what people are coming here for. Brian Johnson says, hey, isn't Fukushima where the nuclear power plant exploded? Fukushima is where there was the nuclear incident. But that's just like a really small part of Fukushima. We spent our time up in the mountain regions and the central region, which is quite far from where the nuclear power plant incident was. On Facebook, Watts joined in from Florida. Hey, Watts, welcome from Florida. Nate and Jess says, what do you think of the volcano show at the Mirage? I think it's cool. I think that's one of like, to me, the volcano show at the Mirage is one of the must-see free shows in Las Vegas. If you've not seen it, I have a video about the best free shows in Las Vegas, and I show the volcano show. I also have a whole video just watching the volcano show. Village Idiot asks if I've picked a new Topher. I've missed a few of your live videos lately. Yeah, and so for anybody who isn't up to speed on this, right, there were many Tophers sent in by all of you, many of you that are watching this live stream. Jenny sent in one of these that's up here. And so what I decided is that many of them are going to travel with me. And so collectively, all of those pandas back there, they make up the Yellow Productions crew, which is the t-shirt that I'm going to give out in a second. And actually, let me do this. Let me ask you the question, and then I'll continue about Topher. So the question is, I was drinking from a box of sake earlier to win this t-shirt. Answer the question, what was the name of the sake that I was drinking? If you can name the sake that I was drinking from the box, then I will send you one of these Yellow Productions t-shirts anywhere in the world. So put that in the chat. And so all of these pandas, as they travel, are Topher, and they can embody Topher. Just like Lassie, there are many different actors that played Lassie. So Shoot in Las Vegas, there are a few different ones. Fukushima, this guy's Topher. So actually, they are all Topher. And they say, we are Topher, resistance is futile. Topher was won, Topher was stolen, now Topher has multiplied because the spirit of Topher will not be kept down. All right. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I ever said the story about this little bib that said Topher. Somebody bought a panda and had this custom, like, scarf made, and then they said, oh, I was going to send it to you, but I got really attached to the panda, so I'm just sending you the scarf that said Topher. So thank you to that individual whose name spaces me right now, but if you are that person who sent this, thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, and here we go, the winner of the sake. Not the winner of the sake, but the winner of the Yellow Productions Crew t-shirt is Brian Johnson Productions. It is Lucky Dog Sake. Very good, the sake from the box. So Brian, you win the t-shirt. Shoot me a message on Facebook or send me an email to chris@yellow.net with 2 W's, and let me know where you want me to send the shirt and what size you want your shirt in. And it will be on its way to you. Judy says, I couldn't believe Topher got stolen, and at Mother Mash, we were there a year prior. I was shocked when you mentioned that place. Yeah, it's a huge bummer, and I was at Mother Mash just like a year prior or 2 years prior to that, too. So, I mean, I enjoyed it, and the staff was really nice about it, right? They didn't charge me for the food, and it was really a drag. There was a question of, well, let's see. Son said, hey, the t-shirt looks very nice. And then there was a question of MP. It says, can we buy one of those t-shirts? In fact, you can. Link in the description below to my Etsy store. If you weren't able to win one, you can buy one. All right. Soapy's joined in. First time seeing me live. Thank you. Gregory says, Oklahoma City. Well, for those of you that just joined in, the unfortunate part is we have gone an hour now, which means it is the end of the live stream. And so the question is, when will be the next Yellow Productions live stream? I do these streams Monday nights, 8 p.m. There will be no live stream a week from today, so the next live stream will be 2 weeks today. Today's the 9th, so you add 14 days from the 9th, and you get math in public. It's really hard. You get something like the 23rd. Is that math right? Did I do that math right? I need to open a calendar. The 23rd of March. Gosh, math in public is hard, but I'm glad I got that right. All right, 23rd of March, 8 p.m. If this was your first time on one of my live streams and you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. Click the bell to turn on notifications so you get notified of future live streams in the future. And as usual, I won't say goodbye because live stream, I'll see you in 2 weeks. And as usual, new uploads every Friday. I upload those always at 6:45 a.m. Los Angeles time. So wait for a new video this Friday. All right. Topher and I and the Yellow Productions crew say, keep on traveling.